Hi, this is Pastor Steve with a word of encouragement. We all know what a thermometer is. It tells us the temperature. It tells us 95 degrees when it's very hot outside, or 30 degrees when it's very, very cold, below freezing. And thermometers have their place. They're important. It's good to know the temperature. But a thermometer can't do anything about the temperature. It can only tell us what it is. To bring change, we need something else. We need what's called a thermostat. This thermostat right here was taken from my car. It works with the air conditioner, such when it gets so hot and I want it to be cool, I can turn that air conditioner on and that thermostat tells us when to bring the cool air in. You keep bringing it and bringing it till the temperature comes down to something comfortable. Same thing, of course, true for the heater. Keep adding that hot air when the thermostat senses it's still hotter than what the comfortable temperature is, bringing things back into balance. You have a thermostat, I'm sure, in your house doing the same thing. You don't give it much thought, but it cuts the air conditioning on when you need it cooler. It brings the heat up when it's cold. Thermostats can bring change. I think about Jesus when I think about a thermostat. He brought change into situations. In John chapter 8, a woman's caught in the act of adultery. Men have gathered around her and brought her to Jesus. They have stones in their hands. They're ready to kill her. Temperatures are high. People are fiery and angry. I think they're angry at Jesus too. They're trying to trap him with a question of what to do with this woman caught in the very act of adultery. It was tense. It was hot. And Jesus, with just one sentence, brings things back to cool. Takes that pressure situation and lets all the air out of it. He says, okay, let the one without sin cast the first stone. And with that very direct comment, the exact word that need to be said, or the temperature goes down. Things de-escalate from being how high and hot they were. The rocks are dropped. The men walk away. That woman's life is spared. Moreover, she has a chance to receive the grace of God through the forgiveness Christ offers. It's a totally different situation. Because Jesus could see what the temperature is, but he acted like a thermostat and brought God's grace in. That's what we're called to be as followers of Jesus. We're called to be thermostats. I think of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25 and 26. Let me read it for you. So then, putting away every falsehood, speak the truth in love to one another. Be angry, but do not sin. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. Be angry, but don't sin. That's an important difference. Easy to get angry, isn't it? Get frustrated and mad, and we feel our temperatures rise, become hot-headed, lose our cool. But if there's a thermostat, if we're listening to God, then we can let the Spirit move in our lives and change the temperature. We can be angry but not sin, not say the things that are hurtful or wrong, that make it worse, not take actions that bring pain and sorrow, grief, or just more anger. We can be difference makers. Now the key is, of course, for a thermostat that it's plugged into something else. It reads the temperature and knows when to release the cool, release the heat. We too are plugged into the Spirit of God. He wants to move through our lives, and if we're willing to be a thermostat, then we can help bring change, because we're the one that's situation. We're the one who can offer the words of kindness, of help, of hope. I think of Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, which says the fruit of the Spirit is love and joy and peace and patience and kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Each of those words are words that we as a thermostat can bring into a situation. Where hatred's bounding, we can bring love. Where anger's escalating, we can bring peace. We can bring self-control when people are losing theirs. We can bring gentleness and turn away wrath. Thermostat's a difference maker. Thermometer can only say what things are and what they're like. That's why we can speak the truth, but we're called to speak it in love. Because truth can hurt. And truth can sometimes be used as a weapon. So, what do you think? Let's learn to be thermostats. Let's stay, of course, plugged into God, because then we have something to offer, something to bring the change. But we're the change agent. When we see that things are escalating, that temperatures are rising, or when things are cold and indifferent. And we can be the one that brings the grace that God gives us. And through us, change happens. Love instead of hate, joy instead of sorrow, kindness, gentleness, self-control. I hope today you'll find yourself in a situation and be ready to make a choice to be a thermostat, not a thermometer. And let God's grace come through you to make a difference in the situation you're in. That's a word of encouragement from Pastor Steve.